verse 12, supplement to 40 verses on reality, ulladhu naarpadhu anubandham given to us by Sri Ramana Maharshi. இலியுடல் யானென்னல் இகந்திடுக என்றும் ஒளிவில் இன்பாம் தன்னை ஊர்க அழியும் உடலோம்பலோடு தனைவோர உணல் ஆறு கடக்க கராப்புனை கொண்டற்று. He says, stop thinking that you are the body, this inferior, destructible body. என்றும் ஒளிவில் இன்பாம் தன்னை ஓர்க. You seek and abide in the blissful self that you are. என்றும் ஒளிவில். The bliss that you are as Atman, as Brahman, is indestructible. It cannot go away. It cannot wane. It cannot be removed. Sat, the one thing which never goes out of existence, is existence itself. And that is what you are, that is what I am. Then he says, அழியும் உடலோம்பலோடு தனைவோர உணல் ஆறு கடக்க கராப்புனை கொண்டற்று. If you value yourself as the body, if you glorify yourself as the body, if you take care of your body all the time, as if there were nothing beyond the body, you think the ultimate thing is the body. If you indulge in taking care of the body like this, it is equal to, when you are on the spiritual path, if you still retain the bodily sense of I, if you glorify your body, if you really value your body too much, it is equal to crossing a river with the help of a crocodile. He says, because the crocodile may carry you for some distance, then it will eat you up. The same way, the bodily sense of I, the attachments connected with them, with it, they will topple you down on the way. It will not help you reach the shore of self-realization. That is what is meant in this verse. The whole exercise of spirituality seems to be giving up the psychological sense of I, the bodily sense of I, because that is the root cause of all trouble. The limitless Brahman which has no bounds at all, enters, so to say, a body, a upadhi, an add-on, an extra fitting. It enters it, reduces itself to the size and capability of the body, and it is subject to the process of birth, rebirth. This goes on and on. How? The mechanism is designed like this. It is again the power of Brahman itself which is doing all this mischief, not that somebody else is doing. You are reducing yourself, you the infinite Atma, Brahman, existence, consciousness, bliss, you reduce yourself to the extent of the body, and you make yourself subject to the phenomenon of birth, rebirth. Because in Advaita Vedanta, they are not recognizing the presence of a second entity at all. They are saying, Tattvamasi, that thou art. You alone are without a second. I alone am without a second. Because the ultimate reality is oneness. Shiva Bhagavan has mentioned in several verses of the oneness nature of Brahman. One only exists. One object, you cannot even call it object, one only exists. It appears as the whole universe with all the multiplicity and variety. So, this bodily sense of I, the mind has been designed to go out. The mind's duty is to think about objects. First object is body. I am the body. Then you think of other bodies, you think of other objects, all other material things in the universe. So mind is not interested in Atma, because mind is Atma's enemy, so to say, created by Atma itself. So it indulges in thinking about, enjoying material objects. So Sri Bhagavan says, as you are, so is your world. If you are the body in your experience, everything else will be body. If you are matter, everything else will be matter. You will experience the entire universe as the matter. If you are spirit, he says, you will experience everything as that one spirit only. This is the magical thing, Of course, this comes with sakshatkaram. This comes with the direct realization of our true nature. It is ever present. Then what is the trouble? The trouble is the veil. The veil is nothing but bodily sense of I that appears in the form of thoughts, emotions, etc. Mainly thought, I thought. He says of all the thoughts, the root thought is I am the body sense. From Atma, infinite, boundless Atma, there arises a sense of I, which again converts itself into the body, the universe, etc. He says, Sri Bhagavan does not say that the universe already exists. That is Sankhyan perspective. That the universe already exists. No, Bhagavan says the universe doesn't exist at all. The way spider emits its thread, spins its home and then it withdraws it, the same way it is the Maya Shakti, the mind, which projects the world as if it existed outside and it withdraws. He says when realization dawns, one will see oneself as one. This is mentioned in Sri Dakshinamurti Stotram, written by Shankara, translated into Tamil by Sri Bhagavan. Tannai oruvanai evan ner kanban. When jnana dawns, one will see oneself as the only one thing existing. That's all. That is the end of this journey. There is a fixed state, Sri Bhagavan says. There is a fixed state. If we reach there, he says you will get fixed. And once fixed, fixed forever. Reaching where? Here itself. It all, amounts to thinning away of the veil. The veil has to become thinner, 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 and at one point it just disappears. There is no more veil, cloud to cover the sun, the self which is ever shining as oneness. So, this is the perspective. We are already Atman, yes, but we are identified with the body, yes. What to do with it? Now do vicharam. Who is identified with the body? I. What is that I? Which is the birthplace of that I? Where is it born? Who is making the thoughts appear? Who am I? To whom is this experience? He says in another verse in ulladhu naarpadhu anubandham, எப்பெரும் கண்ணாடியின்கண் இவையாவும் நிழலாக எதிரே தோன்றும். There is one huge, infinitely big mirror on which the entire universe is falling as a reflection. What is that glass mirror? That is our awareness. Awareness, Sat, Chit, Anandam. They always go together. We have to utter the three at one go. Existence, consciousness, bliss. These three things always go together. So, the study of all that Sri Bhagavan has written, they all point to only one thing only. Give up bodily sense of I. That's all. That's all he says. All that you need to do is, Sri Bhagavan says, you cannot create Atma, you don't have to create Atma, it is ever existent, it is self-luminous, it is shining forth all the time. Then what am I to do? Just give up the bodily sense of I. Stop thinking that I am the body. And Shankara says, he gives an antidote to this bodily sense of I. He says, start thinking that I am Brahman. I am Brahman, I am Brahman. That's all. I will not, waver. I will not budge from this position that I am Brahman. What is Brahman? Vast, infinite existence, consciousness, bliss. It is formless, pervades the entire universe. It is the cause of all the universe, so to say. Yet it remains causeless. It remains untouched. In its presence, the whole universe, the material order is shining forth. It comes into existence. It stays and dies. This is the description of reality. That's all. We are Brahman. You are already Brahman. I am already Brahman. So the whole effort is to keep the attention at the birthplace of I thought. The place at which all the thoughts are born, the I thought is born. There, if you fix your attention continuously, because it has been said in many verses that Permanently you have to think about Atman. Constantly you have to think about Atman. Without a break you have to think about Atman. This is all said in many verses in Devi Kalutram. Lesam Maras in the don't give a gap, he says. Vittu Kardalin Arnai Vilchibol, he says. The way when you pour oil, it flows smoothly, continuously the same way. Or when the river flows continuously the same way, we need to think about Atman continuously. Abide in it. Think about it, abide in it. When we abide in Atma, we become thoughtless, still, absolutely still. Be still and know that I am God. The biblical statement Sri Bhagavan often used to quote. It's all. Through effort only, I think it comes. Slowly, slowly. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Shanaigi, Shanaigi. Slowly, slowly with practice, we will reach that stillness. Parallelly, we should give up all our desires and we should appreciate the truth that we are Brahman and not just the body. Because Sri Bhagavan says, I am the body and all else. I am the body, mind and all else, he says. I am universal consciousness which includes this body, mind also, he says. So in this verse he says, give up the thought that I am this base, inferior, destructible body. And if you value this body and still pursue spirituality, it is equal to trying to cross a river with the help of a crocodile. It will eat you up. So this is the understanding that we need to keep in our mind at the background and then proceed with vicharam.